Hello from the Windy City. I'm here in Chicago because I've been attending the ESSA conference and I'm learning a lot about themes like equity, data, coaching, student engagement. It's been a very good experience so far, but I've been thinking about you guys the whole time, and I've been thinking about the theme this week of positive parent contacts. So I told you a couple of videos ago that I went to a workshop last year about dealing with disruptive students in the classroom. And one of the first things that the presenter said, right out the gate was if you want it to continue, you need to reinforce it. So she's talking about positive behaviors. When we see positive behaviors, we need to reinforce those. And so um, it's not just always about consequencing negative behaviors. I think that a good classroom management plan has both sides, rules, expectations, and sequence of consequences, but also a plan for positive reinforcement and a plan for positive parent contacts. So the prize this week is the box of notes that you can use to write some positive notes home. But I want to give you another tool for your toolbox, and that is definitely Remind. This has been my number one go-to tool that I used as a teacher to use to make positive parent contacts or any parent contacts. So many of you know that you can use Remind to send group messages. I know a lot of people use it, but you can also use Remind to send direct messages, just like a text, okay? Now I'm going to show it to you on my phone, but you do not need to use your phone to use direct messages for Remind. You can also use your laptop. So for example, Tom Bainey is one of my parents from last year because I had his daughter Neva in my English class. So if I wanted to direct message Tom Bainey, I could log in on remind.com, search for people. There's a little tab that says people, put his name in, there he is, and I could type my message and send it. But from my phone, I can also pull him up and I could just send the message directly. Okay, now the benefits of sending direct messages are you don't have to have a 30-minute conversation just to say Neva did a great job in class discussion today. You can just boom, send the two sentences, a sentence or so, and you've made a positive parent contact in the time that it took you to drop the phone and pick it back up again. So the other benefit of using direct messaging through Remind is that you can email yourself a message history. So beside the person's name, on the laptop it looks a little different, but on the app there's a little I button and you click it and it says email message history. You email the message history and Remind generates a PDF for you of every conversation that you had in direct message form. Not all the group messages, test tomorrow, no, it doesn't send that, but the date, the time, who sent it, and what the message was. Talk about an amazing way to reflect back on the conversations that you've had with a parent if you use it through something like this. The whole history is right there. It's amazing. Okay. So I know some people have had trouble with Remind, like you create a Remind account, you give the parents the codes, and then nobody signs up. Okay, so the way that I solved that problem was at the beginning of the school year when I had, your notes home, syllabus, class letter, whatever you send home, I would ask the parents, would you like to receive text messages about your student? Yes or no, and then a place for them to write their phone numbers. If they said yes to text messages, I automatically enrolled them in my Remind group. I did not give them the code. I did the numbers myself. And that increased my participation in Remind, like probably 200%. I just signed them up myself. And it took a little bit of time because, I have 125 students, but it was absolutely in every way worth it. Because then I could reach right out through my direct message through Remind if I needed to. So if you need help setting up Remind, if you want to know more, please contact me. If we want to reinforce if we want positive behaviors to continue, they do need to be reinforced. And we want to have positive relationships with our parents. If you can have more positive relationship comments than negative ones, you're going to have better involvement, better student engagement, and a better community as a whole. So I highly recommend increasing these positive parent contacts using whatever tools you can, right? If it's fast and easy, it'll be a tool that you can use. If you want to win the prize this week, please fill out the quick little survey I have for you, and I'll see you around in buildings tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.